Well, hey everybody, we're out here at the swarm trap hive, and we're going to do our first kind of real deep inspection. There's not a lot to inspect, there's only a couple frames, but we're going to do our first thing in here. So first thing to show you is I got lucky. I caught this early. What this was is this is a 5-frame box basically, and before this swarm moved in I had opened up the box and ants had infested it, carpenter ants. So I shook the frames that had the worst of the ants out of them and whatever, and long story short, I only had a couple frames in here. The swarm moved in and they had the room to then start building this comb right from the top. So I came out here today actually prepared to harvest this comb should it have been full of resources or eggs and larvae. Was very happy to find when I did pop the lid that they hadn't continued building it after I had given them more frames, and actually they emptied it too. You probably doesn't show very well, but it is quite empty now. So it's what we'll do is we'll make sure before we put it back together today, we'll give them a good frame they're in build-up mode, so use that to your advantage. So here, the first frame that's it's getting heavy with some nectar, and yeah, it's probably, I should have popped this one out. I'm not too worried about it. If they want to keep building or if they want to tear down, then that's what they're going to do. So the thing that I like a lot about these swarm traps, they're very versatile, and one of the ways that they are versatile is you don't have to move them right away. So this swarm trap actually sat out in the where it's at all winter, no big whoop. It's got a good solid lid on it, but when I say you don't have to move them right away, it's basically a very deep nucleus box. So until they've got their first round of brood emerging, they've got very, just what they came with basically. And so I don't want to stress them and make them have to do anything moves wise. So I can leave them here. And there's the queen. Good. I can leave them here and not have to stress them additionally with another move. We're looking. I'll show you the queen if I can find her again for you. Sometimes she jumps right into your eye, and sometimes she's a sneaky snake. So yeah, what I'm looking at here, I'm seeing very young larvae. So they've got that 21-day cycle until they'll get additional bees. So back to the point of this there it is, she is, okay. Really cool tiger stripe looking queen. Hopefully she's showing up. So there's no reason to move this colony right now. This is not a knock or a critique against other kinds of swarm traps, but rather just to say one of the things that I like the most about this is this serves as its own nucleus box. And when they're ready, when they've got these frames built and drawn, and like I said, after they have their first round of brood hatch and begin to increase that population and need more room, then I'll put them probably straight into a full-size colony rather than taking another nucleus colony and building them up that way. So anyway, pretty cool to see this. Good news on the burr comb front. I'm going to run back to the truck and grab a hold of some good frames for them to use so they can just kind of keep on trucking. So anyway, that was just an update on the swarm that I caught. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it useful.